What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this YouTube shit. Hey man, we are lit the team, man. Turn. Today, motherfucking day. Just hooding outside. Big Crip and the gang. Just hooding outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia do your thing. In Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is ready to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down or strike back. Never let somebody tell you are, but also put yourself in a position you don't belong. Stay humble. Let's go on a revolution on this movement. Keep Yahweh first. Coming to you as a black Hebrew Israelite. As a real Jew. Let's get into it. Alright. Boom. Today, it's motherfucking day. So hooding outside. Big Crip and the gang. So hooding outside shit, man. Alright, gang. So this is a sad situation, gang. We just not getting to the topic. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know about the Gille and Wallow shit, man. A lot of shit happened during that Gille and Wallow shit, man. And I ain't gonna cap. I was part of the people who said I felt like it was a sacrifice. Because how the situation happened, it was real crazy. And, you know, they signed that big mega deal. And then after they signed the big mega deal, the son dies. But, so they couldn't find the people who did it. But now they found the dude. This nigga named, Scurry or some shit. Let me look up his name. Cause I want to fuck up that. Nigga, I be fucking up these niggas' name. Like, no cap, Crip. I be fucking up these niggas' name. What's the nigga name? Noah Scurry. He was a star basketball player. I guess he got popped. They said this boy, he was going crazy in the streets. Like, he had more bodies. And he got hit up like 17 times. So we got the videos of what happened and how the situation went down. Hope y'all send prayers out to the family and all the people who lost their lives during this situation. And we out here. So they trying to say Noah Curry was a basketball star. He's the dude who killed Gille the kid's son, man. That's crazy. And he got killed.
He was a 17-year-old high school basketball star and a standout student who was killed earlier this week. It was reported by the Philadelphia Inquirer that he had the highest SAT score in his entire school when he took it. A student at Samuel Fells High School, his principal described him as gifted. In a letter to the school's families, they confirmed that he was a talented student athlete. It was around 7:15 a.m. on January 14th.
They're trying to say this is the dude who killed Gille kid.
He was gunned down, according to the Philadelphia police, as reported by Fox 29.
Philadelphia police say a 17-year-old was shot and killed along Rohrer Street in the city's Feltonville section. It happened around 7:15 this morning.
Over 20 shell casings were found at the scene. It was reported by the news that he was with his mother when he was shot, as if they were about to get into the car for her to drop him off across town at school. Authorities recovered a white Jeep Cherokee on Wednesday morning, the next day abandoned near Summerdale and Godfrey Avenue, approximately 2 miles from where Noah Scurry's home on Rohrer Street in Feltonville, where the deadly shooting took place. According to Deputy Commissioner,
they say he was bragging online about how he did it.
Have been damaged in the crash. Investigators are currently reviewing additional surveillance footage in hopes of piecing together the events that led to Scurry's death. While no suspects have been named and no motive has been determined, law enforcement officials are working tirelessly to identify the perpetrators. Surveillance footage suggests that at least 2 individuals were inside the Jeep during the shooting. The details of Noah Scurry's final moments paint a grim picture. He had just grabbed his backpack and was stepping into his mother's car when he was ambushed by a barrage of gunfire. More than 20 bullets were fired, as I said, and Noah Scurry was struck multiple times.
They say he was bragging online about how he did it.
Despite being rushed to Jefferson Einstein hospital. He was pronounced dead within minutes. Family members, friends, and classmates were devastated by the sudden and senseless loss. A GoFundMe campaign, launched by his cousin, seeks to help cover funeral expenses. In her heartfelt message, she described Noah as a bright, loving young man with a heart full of kindness. Noah, only 17 years old, had such a caring and loving heart, McGlynn wrote. He would do anything for his family, but most of all, for his siblings. Tributes and condolences have poured in across social media, where friends expressed their grief and shared memories of the teen. Speechless, I love you, one friend posted alongside photos of Noah Scurry. At Samuel Fells High School, where Scurry excelled both academically and athletically, the loss has been profoundly felt. He was known for his sharp intellect and athletic prowess, which the news heavily focused on shortly after his passing. Scurry was an advanced placement, or AP student, the highest SAT scorer in his school, and a standout point guard on the basketball team. On Wednesday, January 15th, the school created a supportive environment for grieving students, providing counseling services and a quiet space in the auditorium for students to mourn. In an Instagram post, school officials reminded the community of the importance of kindness and mutual support. The greatest gift of support we have is each other, the school wrote. Be kind to each other today and always. Monique Braxton, a spokesperson for the school district, said that Noah was the kind of student
Shout
that
out to
everyone wants. Noah Scurry's social media
American
was filled with basketball
Confidential.
highlight reels that showcased his skills on the court, where he effortlessly crossed over defenders, executed smooth layups, and nailed three-point shots. His undeniable talent was matched only by his bright future, a future now tragically cut short. The broader context of Noah Scurry's death is part of the Philly daily reminder of a persistent gun violence plaguing the city. According to Jackie Golden of the city controller's office, there have been 30 shooting victims in the city this year.
Yeah, for sure. You already know it, man. Time to make something
years
up.
or younger. As the investigation into Noah Scurry's death
down.
continues, his memory lives on in the hearts of those who knew and loved him. His life, marked by academic excellence, athletic talent, and a caring spirit, is a painful reminder of the urgent need to address the violence claiming young lives in Philadelphia and beyond.
Philadelphia police say a 17-year-old was shot and killed along Rohrer Street in the city's Feltonville section. It happened around 7:15 this morning. That's where we find NBC 10's Matt DeLucia live at the scene.
Man, you can't go around trying to brag that you done killed somebody and think nothing gonna happen.
Johnny, homicide investigators are still here at the scene. They've been here all morning. You can see the tape is still up, and the shooting itself happened in this narrow driveway behind the 5000 block of Rohrer Street. This is just off the boulevard, and as you mentioned, this happened around 7:15 this morning. Police
we're gonna show a video of this dude gonna talk about
who had been shot several times throughout his body. The young man was rushed to Einstein, and he died just after 7:30. Now, earlier we could see a backpack and a shirt laying on the street, but as of right now, police have not made any arrests, but they did find a gun out here, and as investigators are going through this area, they're also going door to door, trying to get some surveillance video, trying to get some idea of who may have pulled this trigger and killed the 17-year-old right as the sun was coming up here along Rohrer Street.
Man.
If people like myself and THF Philly weren't around, this would have been the end of the story. By the day of Noah's death, as is all too clear by now, 17-year-old star student athletes aren't just executed in front of their moms for no reason. There's always a story behind it that the news is reluctant to give for political or social reasons. If you just got your news from the Philadelphia Inquirer or NBC, then the story is almost always missing context. Due to social media, traditional mainstream media was forced to double back the next day and say, hey, there's a little more to the story here. 30 years ago, this would have never happened, and the story would have been left at that. There was no Instagram to correct the news or YouTube YouTube for people like me to make a story with a little more context.
Right, because they would have just skipped over it.
Enforcement sources are telling me they believe Noah Scurry appeared in a rap video with guns that was posted to social media the day before he was killed. New tonight, law enforcement sources confirmed there was a rap video uploaded to social media the day before 17-year-old Noah Scurry was shot to death behind his home.
I'm taking it. He tried running, he needs to be chasing a black truck, and we all got drinks in it. Facing school, you know that I'm facing them. She won't for me, sit here, and I'm dangerous. On TV, other blocks can't hang with us. And you gotta catch a bite to game with us. He got hit with a 10 that's changing them. So I'm spoon game, Rosie creating. The last one we caught was stuck on the pavement. I'm sitting on the shade, I'm collecting the paint. Got hit with the button.
In front of his mother, who was getting ready to take him to Samuel Fells High School. A screenshot of the video shows a man in a Joker mask, at times appearing to hold a gun. Sources tell Fox 29 they believe that to be Scurry. In the video, he dances along other individuals who are also holding and showing off guns throughout it.
Don't even got them.
You play with them guns, you might get hit with a gun. Live by the gun, die by the gun.
Is dead and 3 teens are hurt following a shooting last night in Frankfurt. It happened just before 9:30 on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street. The man who died has been identified as Ivan Hall from Philadelphia. 3 15-year-old boys are in stable condition after being shot. Police have not given any more details on what may have led to the gunfire. As of yet, no arrests have been made.
Police sources confirmed Noah Scurry was one of 4 people shot in an unsolved May 2023 murder case on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street in Frankfurt. According to police, 66-year-old Ivan Hall was shot and killed on Sunday, May 28, 2023, and 3 then 15-year-olds were shot multiple times. Police sources said that Noah Scurry was one of the teens. This shooting places Noah smack dab in the middle of Frankfurt, a section of the city that hosts sets like the Double C's or Certified Clappers, and Parkside. Noah is said to be affiliated with Parkside. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a Philly gangologist like some people like to believe, nor do I want to be. But from what I can gather, you got a few groups relevant to this story. According to the person who made this map, this is Parkside or Double C territory. Up here is a group of young boys who call themselves the Whackers, and over here is M24 territory. And as you can see, this is where YNG Cheese was killed. Noah, or Baby Joker, his street nickname, was very active out here, and his life had a part that may not have been known to his coaches and family. Less than a month after Noah was shot and a 66-year-old man was killed, another tragedy struck near the area when 25-year-old Devin Spady was killed.
A triple shooting in Philadelphia's Olney section claimed the life of an up-and-coming musician. The 25-year-old rap artist was known as Young Cheese, and he's the son of well-known influencer Gille the King.
Gille the King has amassed millions of followers, and a lot of them are planning to come here next week for Gille Fest. It's a big concert. He uses his platform to speak out against violence, and now violence has claimed the life of his son. Police say Devin Spady, better known as Young Cheese, was one of 3 people shot in the 5800 block of Masher Street in Olney Thursday night. Shot in the back, the 25-year-old rapper was a rising star and the son of one of Philadelphia's biggest stars, Gille the King. Gille the King is a rapper turned podcaster turned philanthropist. He and his $1 million worth of game podcast partner, Wallow, also helped give away millions of dollars to support local businesses, and both were awarded the key to the city.
Gille and Wallow have become the unofficial mayors of the city of Philadelphia. How about that, right? They are the voice of the youth.
Talent agent Walt Reeder Jr. has known Gille the King for years and knows he wanted more for his son. The other 2 people who were shot with Young Cheese both survived. Police have not made any arrests in the case. In Spring Garden, Taronda Thomas, Channel 6 Action News. Shari?
Yeah, very shocking story to learn of.
As is well known, Spady, or Cheese, is the son of comedian and Philly rap legend Gille. Cheese's death came after him and a group of friends were apparently standing on a corner when shots rang out on the 5800 block of North Masher Street near Nedrow.
Young Cheese shouldn't have been in
police
an
also found a
environment.
28-year-old
Let's be
man
honest.
shot twice in the leg and drove him to Einstein. A third victim, a 31-year-old shot in the hip, arrived at the hospital in a private car. Video from the scene
Yo, dad just
shows
signed
that a
$100
group of
million
men were having
check
a
and you just
conversation on
out
the
there
corner
cool
of Nedrow and
on the
Masher
block.
when they heard gunshots and
Crazy.
started running. No arrests were ever made in this case. No one took credit for this, as obviously that will open up a huge can of worms. 2 years earlier, AJ, or Ajon Jackson, was killed coming home from work. This murder is mentioned heavily by fellow Double C members Hardy and others in their raps. In fact, Hardy has a music video with over 1 million views with lyrics heavily mocking the death of AJ and another M24 affiliate, Twin 5, or Jay, who was killed in March of 2021.
Another teenager is shot and killed on the streets of Philadelphia. I'm Yuki Washington.
I'm Jessica Cartalia. 16-year-old Ajon A.J. Jackson was shot outside of East Oak Lane home when police say he was ambushed. He and his twin sister had just finished their shift at McDonald's.
Let's get this straight now.
Where is he?
I never fucked anybody. All I have in this world is my boss.
That was sick. Don't speak on bodies in them trenches. I can rap because I did it. Got 2 shooters and 1 driver and his squatter and his tenant. That's a man down on the scene, recall like 5 shots to his biscuit. We most active in the city, speak on why then we split. I told little bro, just bring it head back, ain't no passes if he lagging. Cause we beef for massive splitting niggas telling no way half. We either get down on you later, cause the clappers running city. Exotic glossy, we got sticks and big ass choppers, double titties. Tapped it twice and fried his ass, he can't react cause this is switchy. All he heard was some soldiers in that war, they wish they Bruce come back to life. I lost my dog and brought a head back for my team to make it right. We gon' show your brothers cause they did and you ain't dead. Been a year without no get back, why they acting like they did, son? Bro just told me run my movie before it stopped because them feds coming. Yeah, double shit. Oh, he lagging, so I'ma up my click and beat the drum. He was dumb, I heard low 5, they caught a 9, they have a gun. Now he bum, and we did the dance, fall talk like Kevin Nunn. He was dissing on Lil Wayne, happy birthday, he got gift wrap. I know you heard the news, we made him snooze, come get your lick back. Them niggas ain't on shit, not claim a wreck, you know who did that. Treat that switchy on my glizzy like my bitch, so she gon' get that. Heard he living out the way, but we still landing on the spot. Way them bullets hit him, got him dancing, watch him diddy bop. Brody, he don't say too much, he just be spinning, duck your top. And we never selling ratchets, catch them bodies, then we swap. We matched the lazy with the fast food, and I just did a drill, switch out the Glock, get this bitch brand new.
A 16-year-old boy, he had just finished a shift at McDonald's
They got the right motives,
with his twin sister.
they
They actually
taking
got
out
a
their own
lift
people.
here home. It was when they got out of that car
Why kill young people?
that somebody
There's so many
started
more outside
firing
children
at them. You can see there on the ground a McDonald's bag and a wrapper right in front of their home. Police saw this happen before 11 p.m. on Ferguson Drive near the Philly and Montgo border. Family told police the teen and his sister, they worked at McDonald's about a mile away. They finished work at 10 p.m., ordered a Lyft, which dropped them off right in front of their home. When they got out, police say there was 2 males who came toward them, opened fire, hitting the boy in the torso, the back, and in the head. They fired at least 15 shots. Police say he was clearly the target. The sister was not hit. She was able to run home. They talked to other employees at that McDonald's who say that they hadn't seen any fights, no altercations, especially involving the 16-year-old.
Damn.
So police are...
Nigga, I was shot at walking from the crib
They
before.
did find a weapon here on the street, a
This is
semi-automatic gun they found on the sidewalk, so they're hoping...
This brings us to the present day back and forth shootings between the Northeast sets, which continued. Chris Dowling was shot and killed last February. Fast Break members and now Bugs and LR, or Lil Ryan, were arrested and charged a few months later. M24 member Juan Brody was the first to alert the public of the shooting with an IG post. Bugs and LR were also charged with a bus stop shooting that injured 8 students heading home from school in March of last year.
Damn.
The sound of gunshots at a SEPTA bus stop. New surveillance video tonight of the dramatic moments that sent teenagers running for their lives when 3 masked gunmen suddenly opened fire. 8 teens were shot and wounded, 2 of them critical.
3 days earlier, the carnage and out-of-control violence continued to shock Philadelphia as 17-year-old Damon Taylor was killed. The Philadelphia high school student was gunned down after school during a shooting at the North Philadelphia bus stop that left 4 other people injured, including 2 women who were on the bus and 2 other teens. The horrific shooting took place just before 3:45 p.m. at Ogons and Godfrey Avenues, when 2 people, at least one with an automatic weapon, fired at a group of young people waiting at the bus stop. Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel said. Multiple rounds were fired, Bethel said. According to the police, shooters fired more than 50 times with an automatic weapon. Damon Taylor was shot multiple times throughout his body and head, police said. The 17-year-old from the Fern Rock neighborhood died a short time later at the hospital. A girl at the scene can be heard in shock saying, "Oh my God, his face is gone." All of these murders are mentioned because leading up to the death of Noah, him and his friends can all be heard rapping about these incidents. And after his death, Noah was linked to several homicides through street rumors. The ones that seemed to gain the most traction were Fat Dame and Cheese. Also, through unsubstantiated sources, he is linked to the death of Izzy Stanley and the 18-year-old Tin Millie, who both died in June of 2024, a week apart. Now, I'm not trying to go around putting murders on people, so please take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm delivering the info that was sent my way, and these seem to be persistent rumors through people who would know, like people close to him. Damon, or Fat Dame as he was called, went to Imhotep High School. The alleged retaliation shootings a few days later by Fast Break members is referenced by Noah, or Joker here, where he says,
And Molly telling on them bodies like, damn, free Lil Ryan. We the reason why they throwing fives and then they end up dying. They keep asking why he couldn't get up. I mean, he wasn't trying. Any nigga, we got cracking force on the guys we frying. Alright, I'm that cut, he ain't even see it. I know that shit surprising, but alright, fuck that murder shit, come on. We can switch the
referencing Jamal Tucker, or Molly, the first person arrested when the 8 students were shot at the bus stop, and apparently the first one to start talking and gave up his friends. Joker is heard sarcastically saying, "Free Lil Ryan."
Free Lil Ryan, we the reason why they throwing fives and then they end up
G12 Zai, One Brody, Lil Moot, and other M24 members are known to be cool with Blumberg through mutual friends and family members, and also because of the Zoo Gang Blumberg War. All the smaller factions under them aligned accordingly. M24 and Fast Break are kind of the same in terms of lost homies and members. They have been aligned with the Blum for years. Recently, you started to see Noah getting the backing of Pentown and Zoo Gang members. The day before he died, he dropped a song with a rapper named Drench Season, who was with Pentown and Zoo Gang. The song, which had zero attention at first, went to over 100,000 views after the news of Noah's passing. The week before Noah died, his basketball team played Imhotep, the school which Fat Dame went to. There was obvious tension about what happened, and the school didn't want an incident. Noah didn't play in the game, and Imhotep blew out Fells. No students were allowed to attend the game either. I got word that there was a summer league game between the 2 schools, and they were going to try to pack Noah out after the game, but he escaped. After Noah was killed, speculation, as always, ran wild. The long and short of it was, Noah had numerous ops due to his street activities, many of which were not included in his videos, and he was killed. Real or perceived, the threat of Noah was enough for his ops to sit on his house and wait for him to leave for school with his mom and get their form of revenge.
body. She fuck, I done finally got it. I do bitch names, the bitch trying to line me outside on the floor, 5 deep in the John. Did what Batman couldn't do, and that's put the Joker down. Baby Joker, that's when the jokes is over now. He got flame, bullets is burning his wings, he forever gonna be in hell. I'm scared to go back to the 9 and smoking, I think I'm gonna hear him yell.
The path in life we go depends on the choices in front of us. A lot of the time, people with high intellect go on to be star performers in society. Doctors, engineers, scientists, lawyers. Some other with higher than average IQ think they can beat the system, that they are smart enough to beat the streets. Or sometimes people like Noah think they can straddle the line and be a high school top performer by day and Baby Joker, the street demon, at night. But as evidenced by this story, it never ends up the way you want it to. The streets are a lie, and Noah fell right into the trap. A brilliant future wasted for the want for revenge and twisted justice. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Thanks for watching American Confidential. And until next time, be safe.
Shout out to Chig Smooth, man. This is the video where Gille gonna expose it.
I know Chiggs is in here recording. No Chig Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say.
You know Chig gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Gille the King laying his oldest son, Devin Spady, to rest on Monday. Spady, who rapped under the name Young Cheese, was killed in a shooting at the corner of Masher and Nedro last Thursday night. Many family friends we spoke with believe losing a son to gun violence will motivate Gille even more to stay active in his fight. But they also know he can't do it alone and say the community has to step up and take action.
And the community would do just that, as Gille will finally confirm rumors regarding who was allegedly responsible for his son's murder. Gille will sit down with Shannon Sharp, who brings up a story about a high school basketball player from Philly who was gunned down in front of his mom, to which Gille will respond to saying, "That's the kid who killed my son." And then Gille will try to break down the mindset of a teenager going down that path, just to try to build a name for themselves to be a rapper. What's up, y'all? It's your man Talkers, wrote a poem for the Chig Smooth channel. We gotta talk about this. Here's the news reporting of the 17-year-old basketball player.
Principal said Scrurry scored the highest among the Fells community on the SAT tests.
The student who was killed was exceptional. No problems from him whatsoever, according to the principal and other staff members. As you might imagine, they are distraught.
Scurry's mom surrounded by loved ones today, including the basketball coach and other staff from the high school. Grief counselors were also on site and will be as needed, according to district officials. Students say they could feel the impact all day.
When you saw him around, like, you knew he brought good energy to everybody.
Whenever he entered a room, the room always lit. You know, it was always a smile when somebody faced when they were around them. He had a whole future ahead of him, too. It's scary to think about.
Man,
So when
fuck
Shannon
that
brings
shit,
up the
man.
story, Gille will confirm what the streets had already rumored. But now he says that the police confirmed to him that they were looking to pick him up because they thought he was responsible.
I just read about the 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gille? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected. Right. Nobody touched him. Hey, he couldn't out. He gonna be what we, they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah. The 17-year-old basketball player that just got shot 17 times?
Yes.
That's who killed my son.
Really?
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, it wasn't for my son.
Your son happened to be there?
Yes.
Oh.
Them blocks is beefing. They going through it. My son just so happened to pull up out there 5 minutes. They come to shoot the block up. My son's not from that block. He don't, you feel what I'm saying? He just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Gille will try to break down and understand the mind of today's teenager, trying to make it out the hood, but thinking they gotta kill somebody to be a rapper.
What the? That's how deep it is.
Bro, he has the potential to get out.
Right.
And he living that life?
No. But see, you don't understand. He got videos out where he got a Joker mask on.
Right.
Bunch of guns in his hand. So these kids is influenced by all the wrong things.
Right.
To shit that don't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
To shit that once upon a time when I was growing up in the ghetto, I was influenced by.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you experience recognize things when you go places, when a vacation to you is not going through a toll booth. So you got to understand, if you're from Philly right now, go to Atlantic City and you call them and they say they out of town. Yo, I'm OT. I hit you, nigga. You 45 minutes away, nigga. What are you talking about? That's how poor the city is.
Right.
Motherfucker go to Atlantic City and tell you, yo, I'm OT. I'll call you when I get back.
Right.
I mean, it's not that funny, Shanny just said he killed his son. It's not that funny.
What are you telling me, you OT? So you gotta understand.
Right.
That's what we grow up in. These kids don't know no better.
Right.
These kids actually think that you can't make it as a rapper unless you killed somebody. Unless you did something out here in these streets. This is the mindset.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know is because the police called me and told me once he was murdered. Once he got, because the kid had just got shot 17 times. He was walking with his mom. And he got murdered. And then the police notified me and let me know that he was one of the kids that was pretty much about to get locked up for the murder. But he got murdered first. So, and then, you know, when you do something in the streets know. So, you know, they all on Instagram and they talk, and then, you know, apparently this kid name was the Joker. And, you know, that's what he did. So, you know, but he had to deal with God. You know, that's how I look at it.
That's a fact.
Both Gille and Shannon would try to understand where did the mindset for the senseless killing just completely take over. And Gille would say, I don't know, because it used to be about money. But it seems like it's not even about money now. People will do something stupid over an Instagram post. Hustling and doing what you gotta do to make money is one thing. But gangbanging for the sake of gangbanging for blocks that nobody owns seems to baffle us all.
Why is the rap, why is that glamorized? Why is going to jail, or I pull that iron out, I put that stick on something, why is that glamorized?
I have no idea. I told you when I was young, we glamorized the person that was getting money. The hustler. That's why rap names was like Gotti. Rap games. There was always somebody that was getting some money. Now, it don't be about no money or nothing. They'll kill you about an Instagram post.
Right.
That's a fact, or a Facebook post.
Slide yet.
Right.
Now I slid. Are you serious?
Right.
So, it don't make no sense. And it's no answer for it. It's just flat out plain stupidity.
An all around sad story. But what do you think about the situation? Let me know in the comment section. Peace.
Damn, really get that deep. Shout out to Hip Hop Daily, man.
Noah Scurry was a star basketball player and student who was headed to college. But when he got shot and killed, everyone found out he was allegedly one of the most active shooters in Philly. He dropped a wild diss track right before he got killed outside of his crib in front of his mother. And today we're breaking down the whole crazy story. On January 15th, 2025, Noah Scurry was getting into his mom's whip so she could take him to Samuel Fells High School in Philly. Noah was on the basketball team and had the highest SAT score in the whole school. And everyone around him thought he was going to head to college and be a star after he graduated. But when Noah was getting into the car, the shooters popped out and started hitting Noah up right in front of his mom. The shooters drove off in a Jeep, and a few minutes later, the fire department showed up to the scene and rushed Noah to the hospital. But by the time he got help, it was already too late, and Noah was pronounced dead less than an hour later. Noah's death shocked the whole community because everyone thought Noah was a good kid who was going to do big things after he graduated high school. A spokesperson for the school district named Monique Braxton said that Noah was always helping people out and never got into trouble at school, and that's what made his death even more shocking. After Noah died, his cousin also started a GoFundMe to cover the funeral expenses that described Noah as a caring and loving person who would do anything for his family. She also said how Noah was not only a great athlete, but also one of the top students in his school. He was already being scouted by D1 schools to play basketball in college, and it seemed like he had a really bright future ahead of him. But what most people didn't know is that Noah Scurry had a completely different life in the streets. His family and classmates thought he was a good student and basketball player. But in the trenches, Noah used the name Joker OTV and was allegedly putting major pressure on the ops. And less than 24 hours before he died, Joker OTV dropped a diss track with his homie Drench Season called Swing My Door. Joker OTV even wore a Joker mask while he was rapping and taking shots at the ops like, OTV, all the blocks can't hang with us. And you gotta get your body to gang with us. He got hit with a 10, it's changing them. Talking Scoom Gang, Broski created them. Last one we caught was stuck on the pavement. According to rumors, Scoom Gang was started by the homies of a dude named Fat Dame. Fat Dame was brutally shot and killed in March 2024 while he was waiting to get on the bus. Fat Dame was with a bunch of people on Gagre and Ogans Avenues when two shooters walked up and fired into the crowd. 5 people got hit up after the shooters dumped over 50 rounds at them, but Fat Dame was their main target, and he's the only one who got killed. Right after Fat Dame got killed, someone posted a video of his body and said that his face was gone, and rumors said that Joker OTV was involved with the hit. Joker OTV allegedly self-snitched about the shooting on another track and raps. Let's talk about the ops. They're talking about switches and Drakes and don't even got him. I pulled up the vid, she's talking about his face gone. They whack, that shit out of pocket. Joker OTV allegedly rep Parkside and was cool with dudes from Zoo Gang. Some rumors said that Joker OTV was a member of Zoo Gang too. But after he died, Drench Season cleared up the rumors and said that Joker OTV wasn't from Zoo Gang. Joker OTV had a lot of the same ops though, like Fast Break and M24. A dude named Chris Dowling got killed in February 2024, and ops from M24 were clowning him after the hit went down. Chris Dowling was tight with Joker OTV, and 2 Fast Break affiliates were arrested for the shooting. And on another track, Joker OTV raps about it and said, "Niggas can't talk about Chris if you ain't gonna talk about how Fat Dame Soul left his body. Bitch, do you fuck with the ops or not? Cut that little ass. We already know that you lying. Out on my block, I don't do the hiding. We is the reason them niggas is dying." Right after Joker OTV got killed, his ops from M24 and Fast Break started clowning them. One, Brody dropped a new track after Joker OTV got killed and rapped, "He in the school, we in the streets. That's why his dumbass got cooked. His head in his lap, it was supposed to be in them books. He had hoop dreams, but that shit got took. Why they say we ain't got switches and Drakes? Come on, stop it. First time we caught Noah, he was playing dead like a possum, and got cooked by 2 niggas, name is Batman and Robin." Big 9 Millie also dissed Joker OTV on a new track and raps, "Did what Batman couldn't do, and that's put the Joker down. Baby Joker this, well the joke's is over now. He got flamed, bullets burned his wings. He probably gonna be in hell." According to the Philly police, the ops already tried to take out Joker OTV back in 2023. On May 28, 2023, someone started shooting on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street in Frankfort. A 66-year-old dude named Ivan Hall was shot and killed, and 3 teenagers also got hit up during the same shooting. The police confirmed that Joker OTV was one of the teenagers who got shot back then, but nobody knows if it was the same shooters who ended up killing them later. A dude named C-Baby, who's allegedly affiliated with Fast Break, was dissing Joker OTV after he died, and rumors said the cops already picked him up and are questioning him. Fast Break had their own reasons for wanting Joker OTV out of the way, but rumors say that Joker OTV had ops all over the city, and some people think he killed the son of one of the most famous rappers from Philly. Gille the Kid came up in the trenches of Philly, but he wanted to make it out of the streets by rapping. Gille was part of a group called Major Figures back in the day with his homie Wallow, who he later started the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast with. Major Figures had a big hit in Philly back in the early 2000s called "Yeah That's Us." Jay-Z even tried to sign him to Rockefeller Records as a group, but it didn't work out. At that point, Wallow was locked up on an armed robbery charge, and Major Figures started to fall apart. So Gille decided to do his own thing and pursue a solo career. Back in the day, he was working with Birdman and Cash Money Records, but then they had a falling out because Birdman was allegedly playing with Gille the Kid's money. Lil Wayne took shots at Gille on the track Problem Solver and raps, "Gille, man, I don't think you niggas should really fuck with me. The gun off me urgently working and twerking it perfectly. Circle the block, I'm like, fuck it. I'm busting them, I'm cussing them. Like, fuck them. I buck them, I buck them, I buck them." Then Gille clapped back on the track Warning Shots and raps, "Stop playing with me, boy. Lil Wayne for an OG spank you with the cannon. Give you all 17 shots from the cannon. And you don't want a war with my army. Go get your Navy up. Bosses only talk to bosses. Wake baby up. I mean, what you gotta prove to these niggas? You know I'll put the tools to you, nigga. Whole time around Cash Money, tutor the nigga. I guess that's what coke and ecstasy will do to a nigga." Gille had one foot in the streets too, and in 2006, he got robbed and shot 3 times. Gille pulled through and recovered, and that's when Gille really decided to switch up how he moved. He had a son around the same time named YNG Cheese, and Gille wanted to keep him out of the streets, but Cheese ended up falling into the streets even though his dad became one of the biggest names in the city. YNG Cheese got booked on drug charges and was drinking lean and popping perks too, but eventually he hopped in the booth and started grinding in the rap game. Cheese dropped his first project in 2019. Then in 2021, he got way more buzz on his name when he linked up with his brother Mac in the studio. Cheese had a son too and wanted to get away from all the street drama in Philly, but unfortunately, that's not how it played out, because on July 22nd, 2023, Cheese was chilling on the block with some homies in Olney when a shooter rolled through and killed him. They were standing on the 5800 block of Manchester Street having a conversation when someone pulled up and started letting off shots. One of the victims made it to a nearby house and called the police, who found 10 bullet shell cases near the scene and an SUV still running near the corner of Masher and Nagel Avenue. 3 victims were brought to the hospital. A 31-year-old and a 28-year-old were seriously injured but reported to be in stable condition, but a 25-year-old victim was pronounced dead. Police later confirmed that the victim who died was Devin Spady, aka YNG Cheese, Gille's son. Nobody was ever booked for killing Cheese, and a lot of people thought he wasn't even the one the ops were trying to get. According to rumors, Cheese was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and just hopped out on the block for a second and got caught up in a bad situation. Right after Cheese got killed, rumors were flying around that a dude from Frankfurt named Hardy pulled the trigger on him. Hardy jumped on IG and said people need to stop putting him in the middle of stuff he wasn't involved with. And now people are saying that Joker OTV is the one who actually took Cheese out. YNG Cheese was allegedly affiliated with M24. And after Joker OTV got killed, dudes from M24 started posting Cheese on social media and made it look like Joker OTV was the one who pulled the trigger on Cheese. They even put a little Dirk track on the post where Dirk raps, "He told me his best friend told on him, but I ain't want to hear the rest. See, the one that killed my blood, lay in blood, I can rest." Joker OTV was tight with Hardy, and some people think they were both sliding when YNG Cheese got killed. And after the news broke that Joker OTV got taken out, Hardy posted from jail about him on IG. A few years before YNG Cheese's death, a 16-year-old named Ashawn Jackson, aka AJ, who was allegedly affiliated with M24, was killed while coming home from work. AJ and his twin sister were leaving after a shift at a nearby McDonald's and decided to take a lift home. When they got out of the car, AJ was approached by 2 dudes who started shooting and let off at least 15 shots. His sister managed to escape, but AJ was killed. Hardy's been known to diss AJ on multiple songs. On the intro to his song Murder Music, you can hear someone say, "Where is he? Where is he? AJ." On the song, Hardy raps, "Don't speak on bodies in them trenches, I can rap it cause I did it. Got 2 shooters and 1 driver in this squatter, and it's tinted. That's a man down on the scene, caught like 5 shots to his biscuit." Over the last few years, bodies on both sides have been dropping left and right. Noah and his homies were known for rapping about all the violence going on in Philly, which seems like the reason he may have been killed. Nobody knows who took out Joker OTV yet, but a lot of people think M24 or Fast Break pulled the trigger on him. Rumors said that C-Baby's getting questioned over the shooting, and Fast Break is already all over the news for allegedly taking out one of the hottest rappers in the city. YBC Duo was popping off in the Philly drill scene and racking up huge numbers every time he dropped a new track, but in August 2024, some shooters from Fast Break allegedly caught him in traffic and killed him. 2 weeks later, the cops booked a Fast Break affiliate named Aiden Waters and connected him to 2 other shootings that all happened in the same week. Fast Break was allegedly tearing up the whole city, and after they bought a stolen whip, they slid down 500 Center Street and shot a 14-year-old and a 43-year-old. Then a few hours later, the same shooters allegedly pulled up on a dude named Marquis Saunders and killed him with a headshot. Fast Break also allegedly clapped back for Fat Dame 2 days after he died. Right after Fat Dame got killed, Fast Break allegedly pulled up at a bus stop on the 7300 block of Rising Sun Avenue and shot 8 different high school students who were waiting for the bus. Luckily, nobody died during the shooting, but that's why Joker OTV allegedly dissed Fast Break for it when he rapped, "They doing them little ass shootings and calling it get back. How about come catch you a body? Catch a nigga out on the floor and unlock my door. It's a better hop out frying." Fast Break already has a witness working with cops in the YBC Duel case, and rumors say that most of their shooters are flipping on the crew to beat their cases. So if Fast Break was involved with taking out Joker OTV, there's a good chance that somebody's gonna tell the cops everything. Right now, the cops think there are at least 2 shooters and maybe a 3rd dude driving the getaway whip. The cops already found the Jeep that they think the shooters used during the hit, and that's how they got a ton of evidence against Fast Break over another hit. The shooters from Fast Break who allegedly slid on Marquis Saunders and killed him had hooked their phone up to the getaway whip system. They set the whip on fire after the shooting, but the cops were still able to get the phone records from the system, and that's how they found a bunch of jail calls when Fast Break affiliates were bragging about sliding on the ops. What makes the Joker OTV case even worse for its ops is that the shooting got way more attention in the news than other hits, so the cops have more pressure to find out who did it. And Fast Break and M24 affiliates have already been clowning Joker OTV and claiming it as their work, so it looks like the cops won't even have to try hard to solve the case. The streets in Philly have been getting crazier every year, and the drill scene is putting everything out in the open. There's a few rappers who've been popping off during all the drama, but unfortunately, they're all getting killed or locked up before they can get out of the streets. Joker OTV had a lot of potential to go to college and leave the street politics behind him, but instead he put both feet in the trenches, and it all caught up to him before he even left high school.
Shout out to Drillers247. So it's gonna be the last rundown of what happened and who Noah Curry was, and RP Young Cheese, man. He was the son of Gille and just got caught up in a bad situation. I guess he can help him.
In the city of Philadelphia, where history and culture intertwine, the streets often tell stories that are too dark to ignore. Stories of talent cut short, of potential lost, and of lives forever changed. Tonight, we uncover a chilling tale that begins with promise and ends in tragedy. In today's video, we're going to cover the real Joker of Philly. Noah Scurry, aka Joker OTV, was a serial killer. He lived a double life as a star athlete on his high school basketball team, maintained a high GPA in school, but he doubled as a bloodthirsty, serial-killing rapper. He was alleged to have 8 bodies at the time of his death, but his most notable body would be Gille the Kid's son, Cheese.
Good evening, Jacqueline and Fred. Yes, police tell us they are looking for a white Jeep Cherokee, and we spoke to neighbors in the area who told us that they did see that vehicle before the shooting and after.
Like I said, man, sometimes you gotta walk around with a bulletproof vest. Shit.
Multiple, and then just screaming from the mom.
This Feltonville neighbor recalls the screams of what she described as an unconsolable mother after seeing her son on the ground suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Neighbors say it happened right before she was meant to take him to school.
And I'm like still nervous. I can still hear the mom's like mother cry, seeing her baby on that floor like that.
Police say around 7:15 this morning, a Samuel Fells High School student, Noah Scurry, was gunned down behind his home on the 5000 block of Rohrer Street. NBC 10 obtained exclusive surveillance video of an SUV at the scene that fits the description of the car police say they are looking for. The video also shows the car leaving the scene after the shooting. Police now tell us they are looking for a white Jeep Grand Cherokee with a black front license plate holder, a shattered sunroof, and a distinctive sticker on the windshield.
The car pulled up around, I came in my house like around 6:48. The car pulled up like 6:57.
This afternoon, family members were seen gathering to mourn the loss of Scurry.
Heartbroken. Me and his mom used to work at a hospital together, so like she was always about her kids.
The Philadelphia School District described him as a school star basketball player and as an exceptional student, scoring among his class the top score of the SATs.
No problems from him whatsoever, according to the principal and other staff members.
How you score the highest SAT score in your school, bitch?
And that is the principal.
Like you guys been putting in overtime into studying.
Classmates.
You know what I'm saying?
According to the Philadelphia Controller's Office, in the last 14 days since the new year began, 3 minors have been shot. Noah is the first juvenile killed in a shooting this year.
It was 8:24 p.m. on an ordinary Thursday night in the only neighborhood. The hum of the city filled the air, cars passing, voices echoing down narrow streets. But then, a sound that breaks the rhythm of life. 10 gunshots, rapid, final. By the time the police arrived at the 5800 block of Mashker Street, the chaos had subsided, leaving silence in its wake. There, they found 3 victims. A 25-year-old man shot in the back. He was rushed to the hospital, but at 8:39 p.m., he was pronounced dead. YNG Cheese wasn't just another name in the city. He was the son of Philadelphia rap artist and podcast host Gille the Kid, a man who had built his legacy in the underground hip-hop scene. For Gille, this wasn't just a professional loss, it was personal. His son, an aspiring rapper, was taken from him in a flash of light.
A triple shooting in Philadelphia's Albany section claimed the life of an up-and-coming musician. The 25-year-old rap artist was known as Young Cheese, and he's the son of well-known influencer Gille the King. Action News reporter Taronda Thomas now live for us at Franklin Music Hall in Spring Garden tonight. Taronda, reaction is pouring in for this life cut short.
It It really is, because Gille the King has amassed millions of followers, and a lot of them are planning to come here next week for Gille Fest. It's a big concert. He uses his platform to speak out against violence, and now violence has claimed the life of his son.
It's a sad day today in Philadelphia.
It's the type of news radio personality Mina Say What never thought she'd have to share.
It was just devastating.
The son of her friend, Gille the King, killed on the streets of Philadelphia.
But I think the sentiment on the street is, when you're in Philadelphia and you become successful, you become a target, unfortunately.
Police say Devin Spady, better known as Young Cheese, was one of 3 people shot in the 5800 block of Masher Street in Olney Thursday night. Shot in the back, the 25-year-old rapper was a rising star and the son of one of Philadelphia's biggest stars, Gille the King.
For him to be a victim to the same violence that he's advocating against, that's just heartbreaking.
Gille the King is a rapper turned podcaster turned philanthropist. He and his $1 million worth of game podcast partner Wallow also helped give away millions of dollars to support local businesses, and both were awarded the keys to the city.
Gille and Wallow have become the unofficial mayors of the city of Philadelphia. How about that? Right? They are the voice of the youth.
Talent agent Walt Reeder Jr. has known Gille the King for years and knows he wanted more for his son.
We have to rise up as a community and do better.
Radio 1 producer Tafari Hayes says Gille the King's influence reaches across the country.
They're able to speak to the youth and try to steer them away from gun violence, crimes, and street life.
Now Wallow posting a heartfelt tribute to his friend's son, saying, "I love you beyond life," a life lost to the type of violence that Gille the King hoped to prevent.
This is going to make them work harder, I'm sure, because we need a change here in the city of Philadelphia.
We haven't heard if this tragedy will impact Gille Fest, which is scheduled to be here at Franklin Music Hall next Saturday. The other 2 people who were shot with Young Cheese both survived. Police have not made any arrests in the case.
But the ripples didn't stop there. Spady left behind a 1-year-old child, a child who will grow up with stories of a father they'll never truly know. Tributes began pouring in, including one from Wallow, Gille's co-host and the Philly native who shared the family's grief. The city mourned alongside them, but behind the mourning, questions began to surface.
First thing I ever told anybody. And I was like, man, she's gone. And I never seen him like that. So it was like, in some type of way, I felt fucked up, because it was like, I had to tell him the worst of it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of love and support out here today. Many people sharing stories about Devin Spady, also known as Y&G Cheese, saying how he was a talented rapper and was really making a name for himself in the Philly music scene. Now, people have been going in and out of the Met today, where they're going to have a ceremony, a viewing, as well as a service in his honor. Now, we know that Devin is the son of Philly rapper and popular podcast host Gille the Kid. He died Thursday night after a triple shooting in Olney. Police say that the shooting that happened on Masher Street just before 8:30. They say a masked man with a white jacket opened fire, shooting at least 10 times. We know that 2 other people were shot and taken to the hospital where they were stable, but Spady died at
sad part, he wasn't even the main target.
Members shared memories of him and told us how the young rapper would light up a room.
You don't never really expect stuff like that to happen to people like him, you feel me? Especially people that's real positive. But life is just unfortunate, you feel me? I'm just here to show my support, show him I love him, and that's about it.
We know there are several family members, loved ones, and community members inside the Met now. In a statement on social media, the family thanked the public for their support and said that they would continue with their mission to lift and educate young people here in the city. Meanwhile, we know that police say this investigation is ongoing and they haven't made any arrests.
At the scene of the shooting, investigators worked quickly. Shell casings littered the street. An SUV sat at the corner, its engine still running. Who had been in that car? Was it connected to the violence? Witnesses spoke of a man in a black mask and white jacket, but no arrests were made. The gun that fired the fatal shot was nowhere to be found. 7 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, Roller Street. This time, the sound of gunfire shattered the stillness of dawn. 20 shots fired in an alleyway left another victim, Scurry, a high school star athlete.
Shot
Scurry
17
wasn't just an athlete,
times.
he was exceptional. a top scorer on his SATs, a student loved by teachers and peers alike. Yet, his life ended in a barrage of bullets. The shooting seemed targeted, but why? Just hours after his death, the district canceled all men's basketball games for the week, a move that spoke to the magnitude of the tragedy. Investigators began piecing together the puzzle, and one detail caught their attention: a rap video.
Heartbreak at a Philadelphia high school. I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Natasha Brown. Noah Scurry was just 17 years old. He was a star in the classroom and on the basketball court. Police say that he was shot several times on his way to school near Tacony Creek Park and Roosevelt Boulevard. And we have now learned this all happened right in front of his mother. CBS News Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is live at Samuel Fells High School in Summerdale as students are mourning the loss of their classmate right now, Dan.
Yeah, Natasha, as you said, Philadelphia police have identified that student killed this morning as 17-year-old Noah Scurry, a star student and basketball player here at Fells High. And just talking with folks around Fells today,
Whataburger, bring back our mushrooms.
Shockwaves just through this school community. Police say this all started at around 7:15 this morning. That's where that shooting happened, just off of Rohrer Street. Police say Scurry was shot multiple times on his way to school. He later died at a hospital. School leaders say Scurry was known as a gifted basketball player and a very smart student. In a letter to families, Principal Melissa Rasper noted that he had the highest SAT score in the school. Students and staff tell us today's incident was felt by everybody in the building.
The basketball boys running in the lunchroom. The whole school seemed upset. I saw Mel crying. It was just traumatic.
The principal, coach, players, classmates, peers are distraught. This is unimaginable for them. You know, the student was getting in the car with his mom this morning in the back of his home, and he was shot and killed.
Now, all after-school activities have been canceled here at Fells tonight. Basketball games are going to be canceled through the rest of the week. Philadelphia police are still searching for Scurry's shooter.
In the video, posted just a day before Scurry's death, the teenager could be seen wearing a Joker mask, holding what appeared to be guns. Others in the video danced alongside him, brandishing firearms. Was this video a coincidence, or did it hold the key to why Scurry was killed? At the Philadelphia Police impound lot, a white Jeep Cherokee became part of the investigation. Its connection to Scurry's death was unclear, but it added another layer to an already tangled web. In the music video, Scurry, aka Joker OTV, would actually diss Cheese, Gille's son.
Breaking details on the homicide investigation of 17-year-old Noah Scurry. He's the star student athlete gunned down outside his home in front of his mother while getting ready to head to Samuel Fells High School. And that's where our Kelly Rule is live for us tonight. Kelly, what are you learning?
Well, Sheba, police say they are looking for at least 2 people for this homicide, possibly a third, and they believe they do have the vehicle that was used in the crime. But tonight, law enforcement sources are telling me they believe Noah Scurry appeared in a rap video with guns that was posted to social media the day before he was killed. New tonight, law enforcement sources confirmed there was a rap video uploaded to social media the day before 17-year-old Noah Scurry was shot to death behind his home in front of his mother, who was getting ready to take him to Samuel Fells High School. A screenshot of the video shows a man in a Joker mask, at times appearing to hold a gun. Sources tell Fox 29 they believe that to be Scurry. In the video, he dances along other individuals who are also holding and showing off guns throughout it. Skyfox overhead the Philadelphia police impound lot yesterday. Police confirmed this white Jeep Cherokee is believed to be the car used in Scurry's murder, which happened around 7 a.m. Tuesday in an alleyway behind Rohrer Street. Police say at least 2 shooters got out of the vehicle, with the driver possibly staying inside. Fox 29 is also learning from sources that Scurry was a victim in a previous shooting back in May 2023 on the 4600 block of Mulberry Street. Our camera there as police investigated. In that shooting, a man in his 60s was killed. Hours after Scurry's death on Tuesday outside Samuel Fells High School, a spokesperson for the school district of Philadelphia, in touch with the school principal and Scurry's devastated basketball coach, says he was a star athlete and recently scored the highest on the SATs in the school community.
The student who was killed was exceptional. As far as the school is concerned, there had not been any issues between this person who was killed and any other student. They don't know of anything going on in the community as well.
2 young lives, 2 shootings, 2 stories that feel incomplete. As the city grapples with the grief and the unanswered questions, the threads of these tragedies intertwine in ways we may never fully understand. But one thing is clear. The streets of Philadelphia are holding secrets, and those secrets come with a heavy cost. Alright, y'all, there y'all have it. That's been the story of Noah Scurry, aka Joker OTV. Man, rest in peace to Cheese, rest in peace to Noah. You know, all of this stuff is senseless, man.
And the other victims, there's a lot more people who are gonna pass away from this shit.
Man, like, when is it gonna end, man? Get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. You already know what it is. Drillers and trappers, we out here trapping and drilling 247. And don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!
I'll be back. Man, Gille Wallow, they went on Shannon Sharp. I didn't know this, but they said, nigga, Shannon Sharp said, I don't know if Shannon Sharp knew it, and he was just being petty, but he brought up that situation like, man, how that dude he's a star basketball player and this and that and whoop to whoop, crip, and how he done got his life took it, and Gille Wallow said, yeah, that was the dude who killed my son. I'm like, damn. It's like, bro, you never know what situation can happen, man. You know what I'm saying? When you live in the streets, man, when you on that street life, man, it can get dangerous real quick. And, you know, one moment you having fun with your family, next moment you in the casket. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because, you know, we losing so much young life. You know what I'm saying? We losing a lot of the young life because it wasn't just him who died. It was a lot more people part of the situation who passed away. You know, it's like a lot of these black people, man, I don't understand. It's like they spawn in with guns, gang. And it's like, bruh, if y'all gonna do all this shit, y'all might as well shit. Go for the people who really fucking us up in the situation. But I can understand because when you in the hood, a lot of times it do be your own people fucking your ass up. But we gotta understand that we in a systemic oppression. We in a system. The system is created for us to go against each other. You dig what I'm saying? But as I always tell people, man, stay strapped up. Make sure you have something on you. You dig what I'm saying? And just in case shit can go down. Because, you know, we live in dangerous times. You know, you never know when it could be your turn, the next person's turn. And it's like, if you don't stay prayed up in this situation, you never know what can happen. But like I said, man, it's sad how that shit happened, man. But hey, hopefully we can learn from these situations and we can slow it down and become better people and focus on the real goals and the real ops, the real enemies. So, hey, make sure you fuck with your boy. We out this bitch. Good. Outside. Big Crip and the gang show heading outside shit, man. We out this bitch.
Hey, Dad, you know that when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.